Hello everyone, my name is Rochelle Caruso and thank you for joining me today. North Coast Medical Training College, Pwani University, and For Kenya are paramedical schools in rural Kenya working to implement and expand their e-learning capacity to create a blended learning system. Blended learning is a combination of in-class and online study. I conducted a needs assessment to determine the students' and teachers' biggest e-learning challenges and assess how we can mitigate them. The project was drastically impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic, as the schools were forced to start e-learning to cope with the lockdown. Therefore, the assessment focused on ongoing challenges. Using a case study model, I conducted 17 semi-structured interviews that were then analyzed using inductive thematic analysis. The analysis yielded 5 significant themes, but the most significant and most relevant challenge is accessibility for students. So I will focus in on that theme for the remainder of my time. Accessibility is referring to any of the logistical aspects of connecting students with their learning materials. This includes the availability of quality devices. Students primarily use smartphones that are shared with other family members, which really limits their learning time. Moreover, these devices often lack computing power to run all the necessary applications, and they typically can't store all of the students' learning materials. Kenyan homes do not have Wi-Fi, so students are required to buy costly data packages multiple times a week, and charging can be a problem for those without power, and the network connection, particularly in the rural areas, is quite inconsistent. So based on these challenges, I have 4 recommendations. First, the schools need to provide more access to on-campus computers. This is so students can improve their computer skills, because most of them don't have the opportunity to practice otherwise, while simultaneously decreasing the amount of data students need to purchase. Second, schools need to provide charging stations to ensure that all students can use their devices at home and at school. Third, subsidies need to be considered to cover the large data costs. And lastly, I recommend the schools implement a device buying program. So what this would mean is that the schools buy devices in bulk, and the students rent to own them from the school so they can obtain a higher quality device than they would be able to otherwise. Schools and teachers can and will make excellent digital curriculum and training programs, but if the students are not able to access the content, who is this benefiting? This is why ensuring sufficient accessibility needs to be the priority of the institutions as they look to expand their e-learning capacity. With that in mind, accessibility is just one part of a larger story. So if you have any questions or want to learn more about the project, feel free to contact me at the email listed, and thank you so much for your time.